Well, hello, everybody, and welcome to another episode of The Rebel Show, as I'm calling it. Still not a perfect name, but maybe it is. Who knows? I think one thing that's cool about the name The Rebel Show is it kind of throws you off guard a little bit. You go, The Rebel Show. Oh, what's this going to be? And then you find out it's a broadcast based on, kind of it's a Christian twist broadcast. It's not something you would typically relate to someone who is a Christian. A rebel? Well, there's a time to be a rebel, I think. And sometimes you gotta just fight against things that are not right in your society. And that's why I like the name The Rebel Show. So it was really cool. So I work at Charis Bible College, Colorado, and I do audiovisual stuff. And this week there was a conference there, and the conference was for ministers. And at the very end of the conference, they had some prayer time and stuff, and some ministers got up and they started talking about how it was going to be a time where God was going to start revealing destinies to people and start revealing a call in their life to people, and people are going to start to see their future and what they were needed to do and what God called them to do. And man, I was just so excited when that happened. Like, the Spirit of God was just strong. And man, I was having a ton of fun. Like, the presence of God was there. I was really feeling like that was a message for me, that I was going to be shown things coming up for me. Like, doing this podcast is one of those things that God has for me right now. And it's new, and I feel like the world is, there's plenty of directions I can go with this. Like, this is just the beginning. I feel, there's a lot coming up, and it was really cool to be a part of that, and just to see that, and just agree that, God has big things for me. I was told that again, and we all have a huge call in our life. We all have a lifetime and a half worth of things God set up for us, and we just got to make sure, at some point we got to start it. We got to get ourselves humbled, focus on God, yield ourselves to God, and start going towards the things He called us to, because man, He has great things for us. And one of the things that's really important for us to consider is the fact that God has great things for us in our life, but it's not just for us. There are people that are in our destiny that we need to reach. If we don't do it, maybe nobody reaches them. Man, how horrible would that be if we have an opportunity and a voice to reach someone and we don't take initiative to do it, and that person doesn't get to hear the gospel? I mean, that's a big problem. So it was good for me to stand back and hear these things and go, man, this is awesome. I'm yielding myself and I'm going to do this. And, there's elements of me that are not comfortable 100% right now doing a show like this. But you know what? I think I just got to stop, not let that bother me, and just go for it. Just jump in the deep end and go for it and see what happens, see how it comes out. And I think it'll be a lot of fun. We really need to be focused, on understanding what God has for us, because what we do influences others. And it was really good. It was a really good end of the service thing, because I really feel there were things that was said just in general, or just over the whole group, that I just took from me, and it was awesome. So moving on from that, I want to talk a little bit about the Congress that we have. I was one of those guys that was sitting back going, man, Congress is really just slacking. It's not really doing what the president is wanting to do. It's not really fulfilling his agenda. We voted for specific things, and they're just kind of hanging out, not doing something. And then I found out through another podcast, through David Barton's ministry, Wall Builders, I was listening to that, and he was talking about how, I think it was through peer review or something, that this has actually been one of the most prospered Congresses, or not prospered, but most busy Congresses at this point in the presidency for like 30 years. And I was kind of blown away by this. And so I went and checked it out, and this really has been a super busy Congress. That's why Trump gets on TV and he'll be like, "Man, it's been so busy. I've been so busy. I've signed so many bills." And we're like, "What are they?" The big ones I haven't seen, but what is it? Well, now I was reading that there's 53 new bills signed into law since Trump's been in office, and I haven't seen any of it on the news, any of it on the media, and we want to maybe start breaking that down as we go through some of this. But I thought it was really cool to find out that there really is some good movement going on. There's a lot of pro-Christian things going on that we can start getting into, and it was really eye-opening to me just to see that there is good going on all over the country. We can't just you can't listen to the mainstream. We know that. You can't even listen to the good mainstream like Fox News. You can't really trust that a lot of the time. You really got to search and you got to dig to find this stuff. It's weird. You know, society has totally lost its focus on what is real and what's going on. We've totally missed what are the jobs of journalism isn't to just report propaganda, and that's what it's become. We've totally missed the point. So it's good to know there's truth out there. You just got to dig for it. So one of the other things I want to do is start telling everybody through this show like what's happening, more detail, and where to get the information themselves, because I'm sure there's other people out there like me that want to know this information, just don't know where to go get it. How can we know how to pray? How can we know how to get active? How can we know how to go out there and reach the world if we don't know where to get truth? We know there's a way to get truth through the Word, and the Holy Spirit can speak to us. We also need facts about the world. And we also need to know that we can't rely on the fact givers nowadays. We have to go out and find it ourselves. It's more work for us, but that's where a show like this can help. If I can help everybody get some better information and get some good news out there, we'll all be better off. So as this episode winds down, I just want to say this, a whole bunch of airplanes landed safely today. Thousands and millions, probably millions of people made it home safe to their families. Millions of hugs, high fives, and kisses were given today. People received the Lord. People received healings. And there's a ton of happy people out there rejoicing today. There's good news out there, ladies and gentlemen. We just got to go find it. And that's what we need to think on. Thank you very much.